Hello
Christmas
and welcome.
time is here.
Well,
One day we're gonna get that rolling start.
I know. I was gonna have a little bit of buffer so it's easier to edit, but Critter just kind of messed that up. Well, thank you for joining us on this special Christmas Eve episode. It's not special. It's only episode
it's not
5.
Christmas Eve anymore.
It's Christmas
Eve.
It's
Hey.
Christmas Eve.
24th.
Shh.
Oh,
Christmas Eve.
Christmas Eve.
There's timestamps. People will know you're a liar.
No, not if we lie.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm your host, Alex Haifa, joined by my typical, guests. Starting on my far left. Guests, yeah.
ACs.
I can call you whatever the fuck I want.
Yes, you can. I'm Elliott.
I'm Critter.
And introducing.
I'm Jason Stamos. I'm Peter.
Yeah, we got our other brother, the other Friedens, finally on the show. It's great.
Yeah. It's the Friedens and Alex.
This is gonna be the most explicit podcast with Peter on the show, but
I'll behave.
Well, anyway, it is Christmas. We want to talk about everything Christmas, or not. We can do whatever the fuck we want. It's our own show.
It's our show.
Menorahs.
What did you say?
Menorahs.
No.
But yeah. Anyway, we are Camp Pyre. You should know that by now. If you're starting with this episode, you don't know how numbers work, and you should go back. But you can contact us at. We're on Facebook at Camp Pyre. You can email us at camppyre@gmail.com. I'm not gonna spell it anymore.
Because I always laugh when he does.
And also, if they are looking at this in any way, shape, or form, they will see the name.
That's also true.
Yeah. We're on Instagram, Twitter, like, subscribe, follow us, YouTube, all those, generic things people say.
Drop a comment.
Yep.
We have
Please.
an Amazon wish list that you can go and visit.
We should make one.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
If you
What
see
if we
anything
get-
on there you
we
think
get
we
some
might
merch?
like,
It's just all Mark Wahlberg cardboard cutouts.
Did you get the
And
text
then,
from Sam regarding?
Appropriately sized drill bits to accompany Mark Wahlberg sized cardboard cutouts.
Alex, I tried to find one on Amazon. Actually, I wanted to surprise you and get it for Christmas.
Elliot?
Soggy
Yeah.
cutout.
I was going to do the same thing.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
There's still a Mark Wahlberg cutout at the Bettendorf Hy-Vee.
We're getting it.
All right.
So anyway.
oh, is it of him and his workout stuff?
It's him just crossing his arms.
Yeah,
Just kind of silently
He's got the-
touching you. And
Yeah,
long-
I need a cutout with his arms out.
Do you think like the director of photography, when they took that picture, like that's what the photographer actually wanted, or do you think that's what Mark
Or was
Wahlberg
Mark just like
said?
having an attitude
Hey,
that day?
little photographer, I'm gonna cross my
Hey,
arms.
little girl. Okay, it's me.
Mark
Wahlberg.
Relax.
Mark, we need you to hold your hands out like you're really excited for the product. No,
No?
my day's not going the way I want it to. My fucking teddy bear's pissing me off.
But yeah,
Yeah.
Christmas.
So yeah. So just a fun fact for all of our viewers / listeners. I met all of them when we were.
Sorry.
Casually.
For our audio listeners, Peter just put
For your
a-
audio listeners, I just put my drink down on the table. It is almost a gallon.
It is what is called it is a Das Boot filled with,
Brass monkey.
and Brass Monkey
Which is?
It's 5 malt liquor and orange juice.
Wait, a brass monkey. A brass monkey is technically has to be malt liquor.
Yes.
What kind of malt liquor?
Fine.
Whatever the Beastie Boys say you can have.
So yeah, as I was saying, I met all these guys and the Moline Boys Choir, and
Never forget.
Oh shit! Yeah, we did meet at the boys' choir.
yeah,
Hashtag Mobocho.
And I think that the most significant time in boys choir was around the Christmas time when we sang the same songs every year.
yep, believe.
Oh my
So
gosh.
this is Christmas.
I actually remember my first real experiences with you, Peter.
Yeah.
I was on tour, and it was like the year that they were like, "Yeah, we're gonna let some of the younger kids go." I'm like, "Fuck yeah, I'm gonna go on tour."
It wasn't to be nice. It was condensing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I
The
know.
choir was dying.
It was. You
Recruitment
actually,
numbers were down.
I think the first day you kind of actually bullied me a little bit.
Oh.
And then but then as soon as a certain person of a 2-letter name,
I remember that bullied you.
yeah, he stepped in, and you were like,
Oh hell no.
no,
Yeah.
no, he's one of us. He's like, I took my lumps, and you accepted me as one of your own.
Took your lumps.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
You're welcome.
There was
I wish I could recall that.
I remember that because that was the Disney World tour, right?
No, that was not. That was South Dakota.
Oh yeah, you're right. It was before that. Yeah.
Because Disney World was the last tour.
Yeah.
Yeah, they don't go on tour anymore, do they?
No.
No, they're nothing now.
Now
They have
Yeah,
they have
it's
8
six.
kids.
Yeah, it's sad.
Yeah.
Back
It's-
Well,
What we're talking
relatively sad.
We already talked about the Moline Boys Choir.
Yeah.
That we met at the end of each year. Over the summertime, they take a trip. Usually it's called tour. They don't do that anymore because there's just not enough kids. So now they just go to like what, Six Flags? Do they
They
even
go-
do Green Lake anymore?
I
Doubt
don't
it.
think so. Those
But-
Kel's cabins don't exist anymore.
I know.
Oh, really?
Really?
They actually sold those off on Craigslist, so you can come pick it up with a flatbed if you wanted to, and haul it away for like $1,000. You can use it
nice
as a cabin
cabins.
somewhere. No, they weren't.
They really weren't.
I mean,
the leader cabin was nice.
Yeah.
I got that my
These
last
cabins were renovated, mind you. They were probably built in the 50s, and they were renovated, I think, in the 70s, and they still had the plaques like bolted to the door about "Thank you for the generous donation for the renovation of this cabin." You're like, when in the fuck was this renovated? Because like it's got this General Electric range oven that looks like it came out of a Sears catalog from the 1967.
They just bought the whole cabin from Sears. It was
Oh,
that time.
and I mean, you walked in, you're like, oh, this is propane heated because there's propane leaking everywhere. You just walk in and smell, and you're like, I'm gonna die in my sleep tonight in that standard issue army cot that they got going on over there. So glad this is my reward for spending every one of my Saturday mornings in a dusty asbestos-filled auditorium singing bullshit.
Tell us how you really feel, Peter.
That was a great rant.
Oh man.
Okay, well, I guess the reason,
That's what the
very-
Moline Boys Choir taught me was the dangers of poisoning by asbestos and propane.
the reason why I
like-
thought that those
This is something you should put on your kid's packing list. Is a carbon monoxide. bug repellent, a flashlight, and a carbon monoxide detector. And the number of next of kin.
oh my gosh.
Oh my god.
I remember, well, the reason why I said that I thought those cabins were nice is because we're used to the camp cabins that you used to work at, which is literally just 4 walls and a ceiling.
That's certainly how most.
Well, yeah, but you
buildings
didn't have
are.
blessing.
propane leaking everywhere.
That's also true. Or asbestos.
Do you guys remember? Like you'd walk in, you'd be like, "Oh, that smells weird in here." But I
Now I
guess
feel
it's just,
dizzy.
I guess it's just nature, and I'm a city kid, and my house is heated by modern means. The city heats my house magically.
Yeah.
I think it was like there was a year that you were a counselor. It was like my last year at Green Lake, and we were going to, like, I was just kind of walking around like the first night, like, hey, just come hang out with me, and like we're hanging out in your cabin. You're like, yeah, all these kids fucking suck. I don't consider you a kid. You're like basically a counselor in my eyes.
I had some brats.
Yeah, so did I.
Yeah.
But,
If I ever find out
we were
one-
talking about Moline Boys Choir and Christmas, and the giddiest I remember that I ever got as a kid was ironically at the Moline Boys Choir Christmas concerts. Now, it's not because of the concerts. It was
No,
because
you got so turned on by that. That's why you were giddy.
all those.
Never mind.
That just
at the
that
end,
really dressed
the last song. Do you guys remember the last song we sing at the end of each concert?
As we wish
No,
you a Merry Christmas.
Right.
But sometimes they'd sneak in an extra one. It's like, oh, they want an encore, and you just roll your eyes and stop your feet. And you're like, oh, just lights are hot, and I want to go home.
I don't know, man. Yeah, whenever Mr. Wells would push the button, and then we heard the intro to "Wish You Merry Christmas." Oh, I was so happy because I knew
I was so
this
jazzed.
fucking concert was almost over, and then we could be home, and I could take off this stupid, sweaty, disgusting tuxedo.
You can see the audience just sigh with relief. It's like, oh, the
Oh,
program's
thank
almost
God.
over. Thank
We can
Christ.
stop listening to these idiot kids.
God, do you remember like the candles we had to hold, like the actual glass
The
bulbs?
flickering ones,
And
yeah.
it's like every year you're here, like, you guys gotta be careful, don't drop them, and everyone's like,
Yeah, you hear that moron with the learning issues. It's like, he dropped his candle.
This thing's just, and,
How
and-
many,
built those
how many
big-
times have you guys heard, I forgot my bow tie?
oh
How many
gosh,
times do you think you heard
dude,
that?
the funniest I ever laughed. Okay, so
The funniest I ever laughed.
I'm already
Elliott
A novel by Elliott Frieden.
It's the 17 pages of two.
the hardest I ever laughed.
is huge.
All right, so the
Huge.
typical get up of a Moline Boys Choir. What? What's the word I'm looking for?
the red, white, and blues.
Yes. You would have the red jacket, the navy pants, the white undershirt, and then you'd also have the navy blue bow tie.
Yeah.
You look
Alright.
very dapper.
Yes. Now the
Can I
people.
park your car, please? I'm the valet. You didn't notice by my bright red jacket. In times of emergency, they'll put us out on the runway to land planes. Just line up, kids, and bring them in. You're highly visible.
I forgot what I was
Oh my.
saying. The people who
We should have
are
a picture.
Just for the
You
win,
could
boys.
probably pull up.
Oh yeah.
the people who
Probably
ran the
it's
Moline
probably
Boys Choir.
copyrighted.
Stop talking over me. The people who ran the Moline Boys
Stop
Choir.
mansplaining me.
Do you even know what mansplaining is? I'm sure you do.
You're
but
mansplaining me right now.
I'm mansplaining. Sorry, Elliot. Go ahead.
All right. They were really, really stingy on showing up to the concert wearing your full attire. Okay, you had to be dressed properly. Okay, you couldn't take your bow tie off or your jacket off. You had to wear it before and after the concert. You always had to be in your attire, right?
I don't remember this.
Yeah, this is the two old ladies
Yeah,
that they get mad at us.
Well, they were sweethearts, but
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
But okay, now the Christmas concerts were different because we didn't wear our typical navy bow ties. If you guys remember, they handed out those like
loud, crinkly foil
the
piece
loud
of shit.
crinkly.
Funny you mentioned that. I literally just pulled up a picture with.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, there they are.
Wait, I'm trying to see if this is our year or not.
Really,
But
they,
soulless
what were
dead
they?
eyes.
They
were
were
like-
green.
they're
They were
green.
green and blue, and they're like sequins, like rhinestone
Sequins.
type things.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
really flashy, like wow.
No, they weren't sequins. It was like
it was like foil.
It was like
it was like
aluminum
colored
foil.
like foil, like a mylar. It's the same material like a mylar balloon
Yeah.
is made out of.
Like, was it just green and blue ones?
It's just
I think
green.
there
It
was
was just
silver.
green.
Also.
Not
I
blue.
remember silver. It was silver,
I
blue,
think-
and green.
I think like there was like
Because the
there
cadets
were
had
different.
blue,
Oh yeah.
the yearlings had green, and the concert choir,
Yearlings.
anyone else had silver.
Whatever.
Anyways, so this one kid, I can't remember what his name was. I think it was Josh or something, John Lynn or something. So yeah, we can say names.
Maybe we shouldn't.
Okay, sorry.
We'll beep that out.
He shows up to the concert without his navy bow tie, and so one of the ladies gets super mad at him and says, "Why aren't you wearing your navy bow tie?" And John just goes, "Well, because I knew we were gonna get those fucking Bod Posse things."
I'm about to beep that out again.
You can say John. I just want to say his last name. Whatever.
Yeah. No.
Finish your drink.
It's the simplest thing. You just remember your stuff, and
Just remember your stuff. I'm sorry.
People never fail to astonish me about how your average person who's alive today can't manage to handle the simplest of tasks.
Are you talking to the side of your mic?
I don't know. I don't understand how we as a species has existed as far as we have. Like, we built roads and runways and infrastructure, and your average person like doesn't know how to multiply. It's, like, not like breed. Your average person knows how to breed. Just breed more idiots. The average person can't take like 4 times 4 and tell you it's 16. It's baffling to
Shit,
me.
it is.
Planet full of idiots.
Frank.
Yeah, we were talking about this.
God, I hope 4 times 4 is 16.
We were talking about this on another podcast about how
He's the big guy.
everyone's so stupid because everything has been made so convenient for us,
Yeah.
and we freak out at the slightest inconvenience. There you go, buddy.
Oh, he figured it out.
Okay, if you're on the audio version, please stop listening to this and go watch the video version right now.
That's a very festive drink you got there.
Yes.
In fact, none of us are really drinking anything Christmassy except we have these Christmas glasses. But we are currently sipping the Jack Daniel's Rye. What do you think?
Not sponsored.
It's
No, it's not.
Not sponsored.
It's not sponsored.
I have water.
You don't like it?
Fresh from the tap.
it's okay.
Kind of a bite.
This is a table full of faux whiskey connoisseurs.
I remember.
I never claimed that I was.
There's 2.
5 or 6.
Well, at least one. The person sitting directly across from me in the red sweater is a faux whiskey connoisseur.
I never said I was a connoisseur.
I said you're a fake one, sir.
All right.
Look how bothered he is by
You're
it.
the
He's
one-
like shifting in his seat like, I know whiskeys. Gosh.
I do know whiskeys. Mr. My favorite Christmas drink is Fireball and Dr. Pepper.
Yes.
Little bitch.
Oh, yes.
It tastes like Christmas morning, in fact.
It's like Christmas morning.
In fact.
I'm just not realizing, is the liquor store open on the 24th? Because I'm going to have to get on there and get some Fireball and Dr. Pepper for my Christmas beverage. And I understand.
Are you serious?
Yeah. No, yeah. Have you ever had Fireball and Dr. Pepper mixed together?
Have you had Fireball?
It's unpleasant. I'm not saying that. It's a beverage for 19-year-old sorority girls. But when mixed with Dr. Pepper during the 10 days leading up to Christmas, it's fantastic. December 15th to December 25th is perfectly acceptable to drink Dr. Pepper when mixed with Fireball. And at no other point during the year can you drink Fireball and consider yourself a decent human being that contributes to society as a whole.
I'm really worried that he's not talking to the side of his mic.
I tested earlier.
Oh, is he good?
Yeah, he's
All
good.
But yeah,
He's clear.
I counted the alphabet.
Hy-Vee will be open.
Yes, they will.
Fantastic.
Uh,
Have to get down there and make a purchase.
Maybe
all right,
feed
least.
you.
Well,
What?
I was
What?
gonna say least favorite Christmas movie.
Oh.
Last night, Alex and I had a powwow. I was like, we got to stop talking about movies on the podcast to save it for film
Movies are
cam.
fantastic. What is your least favorite Christmas movie? Gotta go with the Peanuts Christmas.
Really?
Can't stand it.
It's only like 15 minutes long.
That plot structure is way out of whack.
Terrible.
I'm just actually probably
I
like half
can't
an
stand.
hour.
I just can't stand the Peanuts in general.
Really?
If I have to sit through, like, I won't ever sit down and watch the.
You can't stand the what in general?
I won't sit down and watch the Chipmunks Christmas special.
All right.
I mean, I would rather go and just hang myself on a belt.
You mean like Alvin and Chipmunks?
No.
I thought for a second, I thought you meant like the Chip and Dale Christmas special. Like,
I was thinking,
no,
yeah.
I'll watch
That's
the Chip and Dale
fantastic.
Christmas special, yeah.
I'll tell you which
I like
one,
when
which
they come
movie
out
I
wearing those
can't
foil bow
stand.
ties.
Can I guess?
Is-
Can I guess? Is it
Yeah.
Elf?
No, I love Elf.
Oh, okay.
Stand Elf.
I love Elf.
Stupid movie.
No. I can't stand the Hallmark special that took the song,
The Christmas
Christmas
Shoes.
Shoes, and made it into a Hallmark special.
Yeah, they took a 4-minute long song and made it into a 90-minute long movie.
Starring Rob Lowe. I think we talked about this.
Yep.
Rob Lowe is
Rob
in the
Lowe.
Christmas Shoes movie.
Yeah.
Yes, he is.
Like the Rob Lowe.
He sunk to a new low.
Yeah, but he redeemed it. IMDb it.
Yeah, I'm going to.
He redeemed himself.
Lowe, really?
Rob Lowe.
I just
I'd
want
want
the
the
Rob
Rob
I
Lowe.
know. No.
What's the I don't think it's a movie. It's like an audio book special. But Neil Patrick
Christmas
Harris.
Wish.
The
Yeah.
Neil Patrick Harris directs. Yeah.
He voiced it. That was really
Yeah,
weird.
directs. Yeah, he voiced it.
I guess when we were growing up, we were taking a trip to Wisconsin, to a cabin in the woods in Wisconsin, and our mom had bought this 2-taped audio set.
cassette tapes.
Yeah, whatever. And
Totally just like you did.
it was just, and it was a narration of a book, and it was about just basically some guy who's trying to find out if his grandpa had an affair or something like that. But
I don't remember what it was about.
Yeah,
It was a far
but-
throw from the.
anyway, so we're
Neil Patrick Harris does
years
that.
we lose the tapes, and then years later we recover them. And Peter looks at this tape and goes, "Holy shit, dude, look at this!" And he hands me the tape, and it says, "Yeah, the Christmas Wish." Narrated by Neil Patrick Harris.
Wow.
So he must have just right when he was getting started as an actor.
This would have been post. What's the show?
Harold and
Doogie
Kumar?
Howser.
No,
No.
Doogie. This was post Doogie Howser.
Yeah.
So he was still really famous because I've never seen the Doogie Howser movie, not the movie, the show.
Yeah.
But he's younger in that, right?
Yeah, he's supposed to be
Yeah,
like a genius kid who's a doctor.
And this the Christmas Wish is. I mean, he's like his voice is dropped and he's a man by then.
Oh, is he? Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
so, like, I mean, he would have been well known by that point, but
Yeah.
um,
But I liked it.
yeah.
I don't know.
There's a lot of Christmas movies that are just on.
What about Robin Williams reading The Night Before,
Night Before
Christmas?
Christmas.
Fun
That
fact:
was awesome.
that poem is not called The Night Before Christmas. It's called A Visit from Saint Nicholas, and the guy who wrote it
With St. Nicholas.
wrote. Fuck.
All I'm hearing is I'm a
You're
fucking
not
nerd.
supposed to say. Anyway,
Sorry.
the guy who wrote it.
Old timey literature. This pipe tastes like bullshit.
The guy who wrote it for his grandkids, and then one of his family members submitted the poem anonymously to the New York Times on December 23rd,
Yeah, I got a question.
and then that's how it. Yeah, go ahead.
If they submitted it
Yeah, go ahead.
anonymously, how do they know that it was a grandfather who wrote it for his grandchildren?
Well, they
Because I'm sure
There's a
eventually.
whole other story.
eventually they traced it back to.
Yeah.
Speaking of holes in
I
stories,
have reliable sources.
Speaking of holes in stories, I saw a thing that I never thought about before in regards to Santa Claus.
Yeah.
So he sees you when you're sleeping.
Yeah.
He knows when you're awake. So he's basically this all-knowing being.
Right.
He
God.
knows. Yes.
Santa Claus is
False
God.
idolization
Right.
is
But
where you're going.
no.
Oh.
Why do we have to write
Santa Claus
letters?
is the NSA.
Why what?
Why would we have to write letters if he already knows everything that we're doing?
Because
You're gonna put
can
in
he
the
read our
time-
minds? Does he know what we want?
He can see what we're doing.
Well, yeah, you think that he could just like see us writing the letters and like read it over our shoulder and be like, okay, iPads and skateboards and bullshit. All right, let's go. No, don't send it. Don't put.
I feel like
well,
Santa Claus can only see. Shit, I
That's it, you
don't
can
know.
only-
Maybe it's one of those things like God can't see through burlap. If you commit your son under burlap, God can't see it. So maybe Santa can't see through roofs.
Through what?
Burlap.
What the hell?
You ever heard that?
Oh my god.
No.
No.
Did
Pretty
you
sure
set
it's
a
still
timer
alive.
for the camera?
I did.
Okay.
That might be an old. I think it's a Gary Paulson book called Harris. I don't know if it's Gary Paulson, but it's called Harris and Me. There's a character that's like, yeah, man, God can't see through burlaps. If you're gonna commit a sin, do it under burlap. All your rapes and robberies and all that jazz. You know,
Man, we're gonna need a lot of burlap.
what you do is go up to your attic and staple burlap sacks to the ceiling, and you're good in your entire house to do whatever the hell you want.
Oh my god.
Like this blackout zone that either God or this, or the NSA can see into.
What was the moment, or when was the moment when you guys found out that Santa Claus
Is still real.
he is real?
We have young
But when did you
viewers.
find out that?
Santa was bullshit.
There you go. Thank you for being politically correct.
I never had an actual moment when
I didn't
like
either.
somebody came later in my life after I was like, there's a lot of plot holes in this. I was like, I had kind of figured out by myself, and actually Dad had took me aside at one of our old houses and was like, yeah, like you're getting older and you know that Santa's bullshit, right? Like, yeah, I know.
I had that moment too, where you kind of eventually just start. No one. I never really had that moment where someone told me. You just kind of grow into it and saying, "All right," like you're in the middle of writing your letter and you go, "This is a bunch of bullshit."
No, I had a moment.
It's like, you're like, I've addressed a lot of letters like before, just like they teach you how to. I mean, I don't know what they do nowadays, but growing up, I went to elementary school in the '90s, and they teach you how to properly like format and mail and write a letter.
Yeah.
And it's like, you have to put the address and a zip code and put a stamp on it. And I'm just putting Santa Claus to the North Pole. My mom takes it from me. I'm like, did you pay postage? Like, does the North?
Because you got to put like 8 stamps on it to get
Yeah,
all the way up to the
it's
North
like,
Pole.
does the North Pole have a zip code? And
Yeah.
like, what country? You have to put a country on there. Like, who owns the North Pole? I know there's this issue between I believe Norway and Russia and the U.S. about who has actual territorial claims on the
We're
North
just
Pole.
gonna skip over Canada.
Like, yeah, Canada's in there too, but they won't do shit because they're pussies. But it's like, you got to put a country code on this bomb, so Santa gets it. And all right, well, it's like I got an inkling that I'm gonna get that Xbox. But my suspicions are raised, especially since you put it in your pocket and you didn't take it out the outgoing mail.
And then you open it, and then I saw you and Dad open it up in the kitchen, and you laughed and laughed and laughed.
As a
pony?
kid,
Who the hell is in the
it
key?
should have
Then you
been.
both spit on it.
It should have been when I threw the letter in the fire.
Yeah, that's
That-
what we did. 'Cause
That should have been the red flag.
The stupid Frieden brother logic. No, I'm sorry. This is the Frieden family logic.
Yeah.
We would sit down. Except I guess Peter's experience was different, but Critter and I would sit down.
We'd write our letter.
My mom
Hello.
Dad said, "All right, write your letters, and then put them in the envelope. All right." Then she take them
And address it and everything.
and she address it, and then
And
she
throw it
take
in the
them
fucking
and she
fire.
just chucks the fireplace right in front of us. And she's like, "No, the smoke carries the light."
Yeah.
Well,
the
that's
ashes.
that's an old
the
movie.
ashes will go to the North Pole, and they'll rematerialize once they get to the North Pole.
That's the
and
stupid-
Santa will be able to read it.
I said, "That's the stupidest thing I've ever heard of." My logic was, "My smoke is blending with his smoke now." Like,
so what did you
That's
guys?
an old. I think that's an old movie where I can't remember. It's like one of those. I can think another Hallmark movie where, it's like it's at an orphanage, and there's like girls, all the girls write letters to Santa, and then like one of the girls sneaks downstairs and sees the nun throwing the letters into the fire, and she's like, "Bitch, who the hell do you think you are throwing my letter to Santa in the fire?" And then they explain to her as like it carries the smoke to the North Pole. I just see it as a clever means of disposal for children's wishes. Burn them.
I had a moment when Santa wasn't real. I think I was in 7th grade.
all right.
I was a late bloomer. But we were staying at Grandma's house that year. And Momore's.
Yeah.
All right, Swedish.
And oh gosh. They got us. And we were watching the 24-hour Christmas Story special when they would just play the Christmas Story over and over and over.
Yeah.
It was
Yeah.
you and me. We were in the den.
Yeah.
And we're like, all right, let's go up to bed. So we go upstairs, and as we're going upstairs, I see Mom putting stuff in the stockings, and I just go, oh. And we go. But I mean, I had assumed that I had kind of put stuff together. I saw her putting stuff in there, and I just go, okay.
You go home, then you cry yourself to sleep,
Yeah.
singing Ave Maria.
Okay, well, we need to take a quick break so we can restart the camera.
All right.
All right, we'll be right back. Okay, and we are back. Critter just finished up his story about when he stopped believing in Santa.
Alex, what's your moment?
Oh, my moment? I think it was in the 3rd grade.
There you go.
It was early.
Yeah.
I thought you were Jewish.
Are you serious right now?
No.
I was going to say, like, I can't tell anymore. No, I was friends with a Jewish kid, and I still am. Got to celebrate Hanukkah a few times. Those donuts are fucking good.
We had
Donuts.
Yeah, the jelly donuts.
Is that a Jewish thing?
Yeah, on Hanukkah.
I've never heard of these jelly
Are
donuts.
all Jewish donuts? I'm sorry. Are all jelly donuts Jewish?
Are all Jewish
I wonder how many people type that
jelly?
into Google.
I can
All
check
4
right
of our
now.
listeners.
I'll tell you my story
Oh,
about.
we have more than 4, actually.
Do we? Oh, I'm one of them. So how many are that?
3.
4. So
Sorry, I don't mean to
yeah.
off track here, but our old church, we did a Jewish, I think they call it a Seder, which is like a Passover supper.
Yeah, the Seder.
So yeah, Seder, yeah, that was cool. That was like a really it was fun to experience. This is probably 15 years ago, but it was fun to experience like this is how different religions operate.
I don't remember this.
Was that
at
at
all.
Riverside?
It was a Riverside, yeah. I don't think either of you were there.
No.
But it was like, this is like, I think part of that was taking a trip to like the local synagogue and doing a walk through of that. And that was really interesting. Not a lot of Christmas trees.
At the
I
synagogue.
can imagine
No, the
that.
synagogue was
that's too bad.
surprisingly bare of trees.
So yeah, I was in 3rd grade.
All right.
We were getting ready to go to midnight mass because Catholic. And my aunt was living with us at the time, but she wasn't gonna go. So we're like, okay, well, we're gonna go. Like, we'll be back, Steph. Like, wait for Santa for us. We're like, yeah, Santa's coming. Fuck yeah, let's go to church. Except it was more high pitched, and I didn't say fuck yet. But we we're going there.
Oh, yeah.
So we get back, like, oh, Santa came when we were gone. I was like, wait a second.
That motherfucker sees you when you're sleeping.
I was
he
like-
knows when you're awake.
My thought process was like, Mom, Dad, Steph, she was here, right? When we went to church, like, yeah, like, and that's when Santa came. They're like, yeah. I'm like, Santa's not real, is he?
What's her name, Steph?
Yeah, my aunt
Did
Steph.
Santa fuck Steph?
Oh, God.
She bring the
Good lord.
little white,
Stop.
little bearded babies.
Oh,
Yes,
God.
thank you for talking about my family member like that.
God,
You're very welcome.
jeez.
Yeah, she got married. She
You're
got married
very
like a month and a half ago. So
Really?
yeah,
Yeah.
not to Santa, but
That'd be fucking awesome. It's like my aunt is married to a demigod.
Santa is a demigod.
He has to be, yeah.
What else is he? What else would you classify him as?
I don't know, a lesser angel,
He's not an elf.
A wizard?
a wizard.
What if Santa is actually just like the angel Gabriel with a fake beard?
Well, like lesser angel, I mean that
I'm
in the
really
sense of like
lost.
Lord of the Rings. Like,
Yeah, we've gone down a path that only I understand at this point.
Growing up, my logic as far as like mystical creatures or fantasy or Santa Claus, Easter Bunny, it didn't make any sense. Because I thought that Santa Claus and the Easter Bunny were the only 2 real ones, and I thought the fairy tale and like leprechauns was a bunch of bullshit.
I'd like to see a fight to the death between Santa Claus and the Easter Bunny.
well, see,
Santa's got magic on his
Santa.
side, but the Easter Bunny's got Jesus.
but Easter Bunny has speed. Santa's got
Agility.
strength.
Yeah.
But Santa does have a larger arsenal that he can work with.
Santa has an
The
army
Easter Bunny's got a jackknife.
of elves.
There's a movie called Rise of the Guardians or something
Yeah,
like that.
Just Guardians.
Guardians of the
Guardians.
Galaxy.
No.
Yeah, and Chris
Guardians, Owls
My
of the
favorite
Right.
part was when Chris Pratt delivered all the toys to the kids in one night, and he grew the beard, and then Tim Allen came in as, "Hey, this is my role."
Do you get it, Santa
Hey
Claus?
man,
'Cause they-
hey,
like a
Santa
clause.
Claus.
Thanos gave everyone coal.
The Santa Claus 2 is one of the best Christmas movies out there. In my
The Santa Claus 2 is so funny.
The
We
Santa
already watched
Claus
Santa
2.
Claus. Santa Claus 2 is hilarious. I have not seen Santa Claus 3 yet.
Played the head elf in Santa Claus. I gotta look this
Bernard.
up. Bernard, yeah.
That was his name.
got
not
my
his-
sweater. I got the minivan. I'll see you in about 8 minutes.
I think that guy probably had that one role, and then it was like,
No,
No,
he was no.
he's
He was
in,
in 10 Things I Hate About You.
Yeah.
Really?
Wow.
So he had the Santa Claus 10 Things I Hate About You, and then he started like an HVAC business or something. Cause
Well, look him up.
He's in a bunch of stuff.
Let's see here.
I think I agree with you. You said he looks like.
He looks like Oscar Isaac.
He does.
Yeah.
What
I
if
thought
it-
he was like a little Oscar Isaac.
What if it is Oscar Isaac?
Little baby Oscar Isaac.
Nah,
Just his
David
name.
Krumholtz.
Yeah.
No, he was in Sausage Party, which is an unwatchable.
Oh,
piece
that's
of
right.
Garbage.
Yeah.
Oh
Terrible.
my God, he does look like Oscar
like
Isaac.
Oscar
He
Isaac.
does.
What else was he in?
The only thing that I did not like about the Santa Claus 2 was Bernard's character. Critter disagrees with me to a certain extent, but in the first movie, Bernard was the very kind of bossy, sarcastic, grouchy grump, but he was
me.
He was nice to Charlie and all the kids. I don't know. He's just kind of a sarcastic guy, but he was also kind of had like a certain sense of wit to him, and confidence.
Yeah.
In the
Oh
second
my
one,
God.
1700-year-old elf.
Do you remember the kid that played like the other head elf?
yeah,
I'm looking at a picture
Curtis.
now. He looks like he's gonna murder me.
yeah,
Like,
That looks like a booking photo.
that kid was in.
He was in a bunch of stuff.
yeah.
But
Hold on,
then
hold on.
in
You
Santa
can look
Claus
it up to
2,
see.
What's that?
damn it, in Santa Claus 2, Bernard was all shaky and nervous, and everything's his fault and panicky and.
Well, because the stakes have been raised, Elliot.
Calm
I
it
know
down.
the stakes.
sorry.
I know the stakes have been raised, but his character's completely different. He's not like the sarcastic, arrogant, like witty guy.
Elliot,
He's
because
just all.
Because the stakes have been
He still has his composure. He
that
thinks that the
kid-
stakes have been raised, but he thinks
Sorry, hold
everything's
on.
going to be his fault. Yeah.
This picture Alex has pulled up. It looks like Michael Cera's booking photo.
It does.
Spencer Breslin looks like Michael Cera's been booked into jail.
Spencer
Oh,
Breslin. He was in a.
Too bad his sister's more talented than him.
Who's his sister?
Elizabeth.
Abigail Breslin, the girl in Zombieland, the little girl in Zombieland. That's
Ooh.
his sister.
Oh.
No shit.
Little Miss Sunshine. She's been up for Oscars and stuff.
Oh, that's the girl from Little Miss Sunshine
Yeah.
with the sunglasses?
Oh.
Did she play the girl or Van?
He was also in Princess
She
Diaries
did.
2, Royal Engagement, The Shaggy Dog.
Yeah, the Shaggy Dog.
Oh, that's another.
He's in the
Chicken
cat,
Allen.
the Cat in the Hat.
Catastrophe.
Let's just
The
look up.
Cat in the Hat. That's the one.
The Cat in the Hat's the worst movie I've ever seen.
The worst movie I ever.
I know
seen.
what movie it is.
What movie?
Now You See Me.
Now You See Me was an absolutely unwatchable piece of garbage. And if anybody associated with that movie is watching, please send me my money back for my ticket.
Campfire.
It was $9 even, and I'll be bitter about losing that $9 until the day I die. The very fact that movie got a sequel is baffling and confusing to me, and only drives me further towards the brink of insanity.
That's like his third rant tonight.
You think he stopped? I think it's just all one.
No, he never stops.
Just
A lot of anger to get
it's-
out.
It's just one
It's
continuous.
fascinating, really.
Yeah.
To see him.
We should
Go on.
have a whole night where Peter's on here just talking about the movie.
We don't even turn our mics
Get
on.
this
we
guy
just
another
listen-
brass
Oh,
monkey.
he
See
might
what he
things
can
will make
do.
me angry. I don't want any more brass monkey.
Well, you better finish it. What are you gonna do? Pour it back in the bottle?
I'm gonna finish it.
You get some saran wrap and just put it on the top. Of
Down
the
to the list.
Put her into the
fridge.
That would
fridge.
freak her out.
All right. Best Christmas gift you guys ever got?
I can go.
Good.
It was a G.I. Joe helicopter.
Yeah, I remember the year you got that.
Oh, what a fantastic fucking gift.
And I got a Jeep.
Shut up.
Wait, like
It was a G.I. Joe helicopter. You could put G.I. Joe in the cockpit. The thing was massive.
You
It was
could put him
probably,
in the fucking cockpit.
it was probably 3.5 feet long. You could put one of the G.I. Joes in the cockpit, and you could have another one it was like a Huey helicopter, like a UH-1, where you could have another G.I. Joe in the back, and it had like a winch, and you could winch it down, and it had like a medical basket, and you could pick up another G.I. Joe and crank him up, so you got 3 G.I. Joe motherfuckers in this helicopter. It was fucking awesome. And I remember on Christmas morning, I opened this thing, and it's the coolest fucking gift. It's G.I. Joe helicopter. But the winch, you had to hand crank this winch, didn't come with any strings. So I had to put bullshit twine on it. I'm like, this doesn't seem very tactical to me. I don't feel like G.I. Joe is winching their guys up with twine. It's Christmas morning. The hardware store is closed. You can't get string. But that was the best Christmas gift I ever got in my entire fucking life. Was that G.I. Joe helicopter.
That
And
same,
I think I am still talking. I think in that same Christmas, I also got the G.I. Joe lean-to, which was a
Damn it.
piece of canvas, maybe 1 foot by 6 inches, and you had to assemble the lean-to with these little plastic ice sticks that were made to look like real wood, and you had to stretch the canvas over these sticks, and it had another stick where you'd prop it up, and you put G.I. Joe in the survival situation because his jet's gone down behind enemy lines, and Charlie's closing in, and all he wants is a good night's sleep and a warm meal.
They packed a meal.
I played when I was a kid. I played vividly.
Do you remember? Because it also came with
I wish they had made Viet Cong versions.
God, stop. It also came.
G.I. Joe. The G.I. Joe Viet Cong. Sorry. The G.I. Joe Viet Cong line. Because, I mean, all you ever had was G.I. You never had an enemy to play against. You had to use, like, your army soldiers or other toys.
You
like
Cobra.
Oh, yeah, G.I. Joe fought Cobra, right?
Yeah.
Well, I never understood it. I just thought...
We just like.
I just thought it was like an army man. I didn't understand like the whole cartoon aspect of it, but it's like I would have appreciated, a Viet Cong or a Nazi G.I. Joe where I got made up in the bad guy instead of, my plastic Tyrannosaurus Rex where it's like, go get him, boys, kill that Tyrannosaurus piece of shit.
It also came with a fish and a little skewer. Do you remember that? Yeah, like a little plastic green fish, and you shove.
Yeah.
And then we kept losing our little skewer sticks. It was really just a little brown stick, and we lost it. Then we had to use a toothpick and shove it through the fish and put it over the fire, which I don't think is how you should cook a fish. But yeah, Peter got the helicopter and I got the Jeep. Then the next year, Critter was born. Then we got shit.
Yeah. I remember that. Yeah, like
correlation? I think not.
It was like the survivalist G.I. Joe, like Scott O'Grady's been shot down behind enemy lines and he's got to survive. Scott O'Grady, I think, is behind enemy lines was based on.
Didn't your G.I. Joe kit also come with like the bones of another G.I. Joe? Because G.I. Joe had to eat the other one because they both went down the crash.
No.
I think it did.
No.
Just gonna shut that
Incorrect.
down.
I think it did.
Sorry, that went off on a weird tangent. Other favorite Christmas presents.
Oh, dude, the cardboard igloo.
Oh,
You remember that?
was a good one.
We got this when we were kids. We got this giant cardboard igloo. that was-
Culturally accurate.
It was the weirdest. It's the weirdest thing to explain. It was an igloo,
It was like a tent.
but it's
it
it's
was
made
just
out
an
of
igloo.
cardboard.
And so we were just under there, and we would sleep in there. We'd have sleepovers in there, and we'd have like crayons.
Yeah.
We'd just draw all over it and stuff.
Yeah.
That's
Dude, it was-
fantastic.
and then like remember we'd put like a bunch of blankets over it to make it darker.
Yeah.
On the inside.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, it was lit. That year we got the.
that was cool.
When did you eventually light it on fire?
Oh, we didn't.
I think one day we came from school and Dad had been like, I threw that piece of shit away.
Yeah, he's like, yeah, we threw it out. He's like, it was falling apart. He's like, it was not falling apart. That like we duct taped the shit out of it. It was like, it's fine.
It was fine.
None of the original structure is there. It's just all duct taped.
Sorry, another great Christmas present. Christian, you may not be old enough to remember, but it was a piece of plastic you strapped to your wrist, and it was like a Spider-Man web launcher.
Yeah.
Oh my
And
god!
it
Yeah.
was basically
Sweet
shot silly string. And,
I am not old enough to remember this.
And you'd Velcro
Don't
to your
talk like him.
you'd
I'm sorry.
you'd Velcro to your wrist, and there's like a little button you'd reach back, and you could shoot out the silly string. And that was probably the happiest I've ever been in my life.
That was so.
I'm almost
cool.
27 now, and I probably got that when I was 9, and I have yet to achieve that same level of happiness.
That was amazing.
I mean, I have great friends. I have the love of a beautiful woman. I have a great job. And I'm not as happy as I was when I was 9.
Spider-Man silly string, man. That's
Yes,
key to
the
happiness.
Spider-Man silly string launcher.
That's what
That's it.
That's what all those philosophers
only-
wrote while they were sitting on the hill. Spider-Man
The only
silly
thing
string
better
launcher.
than the Spider-Man silly string launcher on one hand was strapping 2 of those son of bitches to you, and you were unfucking stoppable. You could go into a bank and take what you wanted.
Dude, I remember I took that to preschool with Red Shoes and Show and Tell, and I got taken away from me. And you know, if it gets confiscated, it's a good gift.
Oh, fantastic.
Yeah.
Like when your drunken uncle gives you like a BB gun when you're 6. You're never going to see that fucker again.
I just like the way he delivers stuff.
Oh man.
You're like Lewis Black.
It's like, I had I was like, oh, I know how to respond. I was like, no, I just want to see Peter go. Like, just,
And we can stop him, but on the other hand, he's drinking and he's fun.
I just want to pull up some random topic from the internet and see how Peter feels about it.
Alex,
Oh,
Critter,
so
best gifts.
I loved Rescue Heroes when I was a kid.
Yeah, we like
Yeah.
rescue heroes.
Heroes.
Yeah.
You had a Rescue
Their
Heroes
big
video
fucking
game.
feet.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
So I got the
Big fucking feet.
I think one year I
And
got
then it became politically incorrect to approve of the police, and they were like, "We gotta do it with this guy."
I still had the police officer.
Yeah, sorry.
He was my favorite.
Good.
He had like this thing that was like, it made like a cyclone. I'm like, yeah, because that's what police officers use are cyclones.
We got a barricaded suspect, boys, to deploy the tornado. Fuck him.
So one year I got the jet. And it had like a handle on it, so I actually put him in like, like shoots missiles. Like no, but they save people. Like they had no villains.
It's like, yeah, they're called rescue heroes, but this is a militarized aircraft.
Yeah.
Like-
Oh, it gets better though, because the next year I got the aircraft carrier,
Hell yeah.
which is like they have a military aircraft carrier, and they use it to save an orca.
It's like when SWAT teams get their like
No.
AMRAPs and their Bearcats and they paint a rescue vehicle on the side. Like, who are you trying to fool?
The cool part was I could land the plane on the aircraft carrier. I was like, we gotta save that orca, and the plane would drop a hook, because that's how planes work.
That's so cool.
Because you gotta go at full speed, hook the orca.
We got a stranded whale, boys, sitting in the F-18s. Blow that
Fire
fucker
that
out
son
of
of
the
a
water.
bitch. I was like, fire that son of a bitch to freedom.
Torpedo that fucker to hell.
I still have it, actually. It's in my garage.
Oh, hell yeah.
If we ever get a set, like a studio, we'll put it on the set or something.
My dad, he's like, oh no, you should save your toys for when you have kids. I'm like, Dad, they're gonna have better toys than
Yeah,
this.
my kids are going to have iPads and not care about anything.
Yeah, if my kids think that they're getting my toys, they got a different thing coming.
That being said, though, I did inherit a toy from my uncle that I just found like a couple weeks ago. That it still works. It's a Stormtrooper blaster. It's like from like the 80s,
Fantastic.
and like it still works.
Oh, that's awesome.
I don't think we've ever changed the batteries.
I remember our dad telling us about the toys he had when he was a kid that just would not pass
Oh my
modern day
God.
safety standards.
But those
whereas,
sound-
like,
Yeah,
so
oh, jeez.
oh yeah, you know, we used to make our own little toy soldiers where you would take the kiln.
Peter, look at on your mic. That scared the shit out of me.
There's a fucking water bug on my mic.
Don't flick it towards us. What the fuck?
Jesus, what the? Can we take a break while we dismantle? Thank you. Never mind.
Hey.
We're back. That was gross.
There we go.
Did that come out of my mouth?
I don't know where it
Probably.
came from.
Anyway.
Yeah. You're so concerned. Like, Peter, look out!
I don't know what. I don't know.
Look out! When our dad was
Because I thought it was like a drop of brass monkey that he spilled on the mic. I was like, what the fuck? And then no, it was a
Well,
bug.
the precious brass monkey.
Nice.
Yeah, when our dad was a kid, he'd be like, you know, you'd have to take the crucible, which those of you who aren't familiar with modern day smelting techniques, is basically a giant like steel pot that you put lead into, and you melt it into a slag. And you take this molten lead slag in your backyard and you pour it into a mold, and out comes pure lead toy soldiers. And you take this poisonous toy soldiers and you play with them, and you come inside with your hands coated in this viscous toxic material, and you eat your lunch without washing your hands. And then you go back outside and you're like, oh, my toys melted in the sun. It's like, and that's why most of our grandparents have cancer, was because of the lead fucking toys.
Yeah, there was that one.
And 9 times out of 10, you burn the fuck out of your hands trying to play.
No, the best thing is just listening to our parents describe these toys. They had the creepy crawly thing, which these toys that they played with still exist.
Yeah.
They're just safe.
Oh,
now.
yeah.
Well, I remember that, like, the creepy, like watching Nickelodeon is like the creepy crawly, you know, make your own creepy crawly thing. Is like, order now for your creepy crawly furnace. You had to get the furnace mailed to you, and you'd pour the beads into the tray and melt the beads in the fucking furnace.
Dude, Dad would say.
I
yeah,
think I had one of
Dad,
those at
we
one
we
point.
did have because I asked him for Christmas, and when I put because I saw the Nickelodeon commercial at Dad's house, I go, huh. I kind of
Yeah.
want that for Christmas. And I
Yeah.
put that on my list. The second Dad saw it, he goes, "Oh fuck yeah, I'm gonna do that." He's like,
Fuck yeah.
He goes, "Elliot, let me tell you about this." So Elliot or Dad said, "Yeah, man." So he's just watched me do it, and he goes, "Yeah, see, that's cool, but no, it's not as cool as what it was." Because then he said, "Elliot, we had this nice open iron plate. then you mix all the poisonous toxic liquid together, which is like
Make sure you do it in an enclosed space.
yeah, in an enclosed space." And he goes, "But really, to add some color, you pour a bit of Drano into it to get the nice color.
No.
I love.
And this wasn't the modern safe Drano. This is the old dangerous.
Then you
Drano.
pour this in the hot
Because
iron
it's so
mold.
safe.
You pour it in the hot iron mold. Then you take this razor sharp stick and you poke it out. And then after you play with it, you take a couple bites of it, just listening to Dad explain.
It's like, well, and they had a couple where it was like, you know, the creepy crawly furnace where you made like centipedes and other bullshit that just like fueled future school shooters.
Yeah.
That's a weird fucking toy for your normal kid to play with. But then there were ones where it was like you could eat the shit, and it's like I wonder which one I'm gonna get for Christmas. The weird one that like it just makes weird plastic toys, or the one that makes these weird like gummy foods. Either
Yeah,
way,
I
you're
remember
getting
that.
a furnace
And
shipped
then,
to you.
and then there's that one year where the two kids that got the creepy crawly thing and the gummy maker mixed together, and then they both ended up dead.
It's really interesting hearing the stories that your dad told you from when he was a kid and how they played. Let me tell you about my dad.
Okay.
First of all, my dad came
Yeah.
from Lebanon as a refugee. And the way that the stories I heard of them playing was basically like, oh yeah, so Stevie and Chucky, they hang in the garage, one thing led to another, they start fighting, and then, Tony comes around the corner with a 2x4. It's like, what toys do you have? Oh, we have toys. We just fought.
I said he had a 2x4, and he took a Sharpie marker and wrote G.I. Joe on the 2x4.
And then there's a story of my great uncle, like he's back in Lebanon, like his parents were like, okay, you're gonna join the church, you're gonna become a priest, and so he's there, and it's like him and this other boy, and like the parents and like the head priest like go or like talk in this other room. They come back. My uncle's standing there, and the other kid is like down a hill in a bush that's on fire. He beat this kid up, and then lit the bush on fire that he fell in. That's the family I come from.
You're stuck in that bush, huh, motherfucker? And then there's the sound of a lighting match.
He's so there's like, I don't know what happened.
That's so cool. What Critter? We haven't asked you yet. The best Christmas gift you ever got?
It's a tie between the sleds,
Like the red ones?
the red sled,
Oh,
the
God.
red like torpedo sleds
Yeah.
we
Where
got.
are our sleds?
We have them somewhere.
They're gone.
Actually,
Yeah.
No.
I have a good feeling where they are.
No, they're gone. No, you don't.
We'll
Where?
talk about the podcast.
Yeah.
I think I know where they are.
I
Also.
think I know where they are too.
One of
The
our-
red sleds.
A previous residence,
We're
maybe.
yeah,
Yeah.
we're gonna go get them. We're gonna get our sleds back. We gotta bring them home.
It's a three-way tie between the red sleds, the PSPs,
I was gonna say the PSPs.
Oh,
yeah.
those are good, yeah.
That was fun for a
and
year.
the Lego jail.
I remember that punk ass Lego
I got,
jail.
Dad got me the Lego fucking jail.
God, you're a little bitch about
Which,
that.
wouldn't you love to be a felon in jail and get there and be like, this son of a bitch is made out of Lego, huh? I'll be out of here in a lickety fucking split.
That was weird. All the prisoners had like smiley faces and stuff. The Lego jail.
Yeah, because they were happy.
Because they're made
They
out
were
of
happy
Legos.
with what they had done.
Okay, well, we need to take another quick break.
Right.
Okay, we'll be right back. Okay, we are back. I think we kind of forgot what our topic was before. So, Critter and I were looking at some different random topics that we just want to see if Peter has opinions on. Starting with beekeeping.
Look, just buy your fucking honey from a store. Like, I have a good friend who lives way up in the North Woods. He doesn't have any neighbors, and he keeps his own bees. And it's like, all right, I get it. Like, it's a weird hobby. It's getting to be more mainstream. It's like, you're living in the middle of nowhere. Your closest neighbor is 12 miles away, which means basically, if you need to call 911 and you don't have any cell service, you're gonna die because you can't run for help. You fucking idiot. But he keeps bees, and he's like a self-sustaining kind of guy where he has his own like hobby farm, I guess you would call it, where he keeps chickens and he has some cows and shit like that. But he has his own bees, and it's like, all right. Personally, I get keeping chickens. I get keeping like a hobby farm animal, like a cow or other bullshit like that. But keeping a swarm of bullshit is foreign to me for no other purpose other than, got some honey out of the deal. Like, motherfucker, I go to Walmart and buy cheap ass honey for like a $3.49 for a bottle. But like I said, he's in the middle of nowhere with no neighbors. I think it's fine. Then you have these guys who are like urban beekeepers who don't get me started on those fucking morons. Where it's like, oh, this is my rooftop garden where I have my bees. I only live 12 feet away from an elementary school. Like, why are you keeping bees that close to an elementary? They're gonna fucking kill somebody.
When we were helping our grandma move out of her condo, we were giving a lot of our shit to her neighbors, and one of the neighbors just has a fucking, like what you're saying, swarming bullshit just right on his driveway. He's
a swarm of nonsense.
I was like, what are you doing? He's like, when I bring these out, I gotta get the kids inside. So I don't know what his purpose was.
You gotta bring the kids inside.
He had a honeycomb or something. And
to get what? To get cheaper honey. Honey's cheap as balls. Why don't you make like a nuclear fucking fission reactor in your basement while you're at it? It's so stupid for your cheap fucking energy. If you're so fucking frugal that you can't spend that much money on honey to drizzle on your morning like melon and cottage cheese, like I'm sorry. Now I'm getting upset. It's like, they like my buddy who does it is like, the colonies switched their allegiance to a new queen, and I don't like that queen, so I ordered a new queen on Amazon. It's like, bitch, I can get like fresh ass honey on Amazon for less than what you paid for that queen ass bee. It's like it just seems unreasonable to me. It's like if you need to pass the time, I'd say get a girlfriend, but he's married to a rather attractive woman. And I'm sorry, I just don't understand beekeeping at all. Unless you live like if it's a post-apocalyptic society and you're like, motherfuckers could eat some honey on their like rations. Like, I get it, breed your bees. But until we reach that point, just buy honey from the store like a normal ass motherfucker. Like, let these massive farms that breed these slave bees make honey and just like cut it with nonsense and you consume it like the dumb motherfucker you are. And those are my thoughts on beekeeping.
Give him another one.
Stupid fucking hoods.
Okay. Give him another one, and let's give him a Christmas related one.
Okay, airports.
That's Christmas related. People travel at Christmas.
We'll travel at airport. I have no thoughts on airports. I mean, I go to airports like any other normal person, unless I go to an airport and it's full of bees. I'm not gonna have. I mean, I'm a rational person. I understand. I understand you have to wait in line and check in and go through the TSA pre-check and get molested and then go buy a pretzel and wait for your flight and then sit next to that dumb motherfucker who can't multiply until you get to Tampa. Like, I understand how airports work, but until I get in there and there's a swarm of bees, I'm not gonna really have an opinion on the matter. Like, I'm a rational person who can understand that traveling is bullshit.
Give him another one.
Your flight's been delayed. It's like that should have been checked baggage. That hive of bullshit.
What do you think of the Honey Nut Cheerio mascot?
The Honey Nut Cheerio mascot?
Yeah.
I think he's a sexual predator.
Why?
Oh my gosh.
What?
Why?
Like, listen, you know how everybody thought that Jared from Subway was normal? I get the same vibe from that flying ass motherfucker. I'm afraid he's gonna come sting me in my sleep and smother me in honey. I'll be a sweet boy. He's gonna pour milk on me and scare the shit. He's gonna scare the shit out of me in my sleep.
No, not the bees.
No, not the bees.
If you tell anybody, I'm gonna sting you.
Oh my god.
I don't know. What do you think of eggnog?
Love it. I don't understand people who mix bourbon with eggnog. I think eggnog's fine on its own. I'm a fan of eggnog. Upstairs in our refrigerator, we have milk nog. I got no idea what in the hell that is, but
is that what that is?
It says milk nog on the jug.
Oh, I never read it.
Just drink it.
I just drank it that's what.
Because you have
like
poor
eggnog.
situational awareness.
Why
You're
don't
just
you like
this is a yellow
bourbon with eggnog?
Yeah, why don't you like bourbon? And
Because I don't like mixing dairy and booze. I find that it's just like, oh, it's curdled, and I'm gonna drink it. Gross. well, I need to drink this tumbler of cottage cheese, which is the second time I've said cottage cheese on this podcast, which is too many times.
It's just, yeah, okay. Critter and I mixed eggnog and bourbon together.
That's
2
good.
months ago. We did it while watching Christmas Vacation and wrapping presents.
You can rap.
Very
Oh God,
festive.
no.
No, I just
No,
get
no.
bags.
No.
Shit.
Yeah,
stuff
Peter,
on
what do you think of
paper.
gift wrapping?
Gift wrapping, I can't do it. If you can perfectly wrap a present, more power to you. You should run for political office because you have more brain power than most of the fucking idiots in society. I'm one of those idiots, and I just put shit in bags and cover it in tissue paper. I'm like, yeah, it's good.
No. You wrapped all our presents in that giraffe
Yeah.
paper.
Yeah,
What?
those presents up there are very, very well done.
I
should
agree.
Look at the one.
Did
for
Chelsea do it?
No, I didn't. Look at the one for mom. It is poorly wrapped.
From mom or to mom?
To mom. I can't wrap presents to save my life. Gun to my head, wrap 3 perfect presents. I'm like, just fucking kill me. I don't want to die embarrassed. Like this simple skill that anybody should know how to do.
Well, Peter, do you have any topics that you would like us to discuss?
We got a ways away from it, but we talked about the worst Christmas movies I've ever seen. How about the best Christmas movies I've ever seen?
Wait, did we talk about the worst? We said Christmas shoes.
Yeah.
We talked about the worst. Yeah, we
did say some of our
touched
favorite.
on
We talked about it between the
terrible Christmas
recordings.
movies.
Yeah.
Best Christmas movies, in my opinion, in order, is our Christmas Vacation, which is a permanent.
Number 1.
No, it's permanently number 1. I don't care who you are. Followed by Die Hard 1 and Die Hard 2, which are both Christmas movies.
Yes.
I had a couple more reindeer games with
Ben Affleck?
Ben Affleck.
I have not seen that.
Fantastic.
Is that what's his character's name?
What I don't know.
Is it
Neo?
Well, is it the same character from like Sum of All Fears and
Oh no. Yeah.
Patriot Games?
Oh shit. What's his name? Well, I'll look it up.
Is
I
it
got
that?
you.
Is it one of those movies?
Yeah, it's like the American James Bond. And no, it's not.
American. It's not Jack Ryan, is it?
Jack Ryan.
That's
The
it.
Jack Ryan series, played by Tom Cruise, Harrison Ford, and Ben Affleck, have all played the Jack Ryan
Pretty sure
character.
Chris Pine has too.
Yeah, you're right. Chris Pine has also played a Jack
I
Ryan
think,
character.
and then John Krasinski is the new one. Jim from The Office.
Oh, that'd be
Yeah,
fantastic.
you're right.
I'll watch that.
Man.
Basically, Jack Ryan is the CIA equivalent of James Bond.
he
No
does the
comparison,
camera
obviously.
thing, though,
You can't beat James Bond, but
Right.
yeah, that's Jack Ryan. But no, Ben Affleck is just he's a normal guy in Reindeer Games. But Reindeer Games, that's a good Christmas movie, and we should watch that tomorrow.
Okay, I've never seen it. I'd love to. Is that just another like an action Christmassy stuff?
Yes.
Like I love that. Real quick while we're at it, because you said John Krasinski, go watch the trailer, listeners, to A Quiet Place. Just do it.
Oh.
You're welcome.
Yep.
Peter, have you seen it yet?
No.
All right,
Oh,
we'll do it after this.
yeah.
But,
Oh yeah, I think.
I love those actiony Christmassy movies. And
Yeah.
stuff. Die Hard's great. Reindeer Games, I'm all for it. Let's do
What's
that.
the one with Arnold
The
Schwarzenegger?
Ref.
It's Jingle All the Way.
Jingle All the Way.
Jingle, I haven't seen Jingle All the Way in a while.
I'm
Oh,
sure that's a
so-
terrible movie, but
No, dude, it's so
I'm
funny.
sure it's
so
unwatchable.
funny.
I'm sure it's gonna be
Who plays the bad guy in that? That's trying to get with his wife.
Oh,
Sinbad.
Sinbad.
No,
No, that's Sinbad.
The neighbor.
Hold on.
I
He's
got
the
you.
dude from The Simpsons.
Put the
who always
cookie
says,
down!
He died, didn't he? He played John McClure.
Ja-
John McClure.
Yeah.
John McClure.
author,
Maybe
author of Get Confident, Stupid.
That's like, you may remember from such films as I mean I can't do anything.
Self motivational films like Get Confident, Stupid.
Yeah.
I love that one.
Man,
No,
he
you
died
know how he died? His wife was
Murdered
jealous
him.
of his success and murdered him, then killed
Are
herself.
Oh no, shit! He was murdered.
Yeah,
Are
he
you
was.
kidding me?
No.
Yeah, she killed him. Yeah,
Bitch.
dude. Kill herself in like
Damn.
'98. I think.
Killed herself? He didn't die in '98. No, he
Yeah.
died recently.
No.
he didn't. He did not die.
All right, you make me do this.
Put $20 on this motherfucker. It was not '98 when he died.
So this is from the Jingle All the Way fan wiki.
There's a fan wiki for Jingle All the Way. Hold on, is there fan like the pornographic stuff?
May
It's the
28,
internet.
1998, age 49.
Was it Dementor the bad guy?
Yeah, dude. He died in
98 he
98.
died?
Yeah.
Seriously?
Yep.
When did Jingle All the Way come out?
96.
Damn.
His last. You guys want to know what his last movie was?
Jingle All the Way.
No. That movie was 96. This movie also came out in 98.
Can we get his name out there, please? We haven't named him yet.
I know. I'm still looking it up. Okay, I think I found it. Sorry,
Stand
buddy.
by, listeners. While we giggle.
It's Phil Hartman.
Shut up.
Phil Hartman.
Shut up.
Phil
Phil Hartman. I found it myself.
I just went right to IMDb. What
Hey,
do you want?
The fan wiki.
No, yeah.
wanna
Small
see if-
Soldiers.
I'm gonna look up if there's any.
Who did
What year did Small Soldiers come out?
He was the
98.
dad.
He was the
Oh,
dad.
crap.
I refuse to believe that he died in 1998. He died in 2012.
Just interested to see if there's any,
No,
fan
you're
theories
wrong.
about Jingle All the Way.
Shot.
Fan theories about Jingle All the
I
Way.
don't know.
Yeah, there's like launch codes in the doll. That's why everyone's after it and stuff.
Oh yeah, because I remember now. I think about the Small Soldiers now. They're like, oh yeah, we need to make these toys. Oh, we just get these chips. They're better. And it's like the ones they use for like nuclear missiles.
I remember the trailer for Small Soldiers where it's like, you put munition chips in toys?
I remember that.
It's like,
It's like how
Munition?
does that happen?
yeah. I'll tell you how it happens. Quiet, please. Hey, no, I'll tell you how it happens. Negligence.
All right, another great Christmas movie, The Ref. This is
With
a
Kevin Spacey. And
Is that the one with Cuba
and
Gooding
Dennis
Jr. where he
Quaid.
listens to music all the time with his iPod? It's radio.
that doesn't even sound close to The Ref.
He plays
Oh.
No, The Ref has got Dennis Leary, Kevin Spacey, and I forget the actress's name. She was really good too. But basically, it's the
Kevin
Ref.
Spacey was inappropriate towards
Yeah,
women.
yeah. It's on Netflix.
Who cares?
This movie came out in
A
'94.
lot of people.
Inappropriate.
You're right.
Yeah,
I care.
This movie came out in '94. Basically, it's about
Good year.
Christmas time. Kevin Spacey and I gotta look up the actress's name, but he and his wife, they are like a struggling couple. Like they are on the brink of divorce.
Fighting.
Dennis Leary, and the first scene is them
Because
at,
that's what you want when you're on the brink of divorce with your wife is for Dennis Leary to come into the picture.
because they're
Ah, this is just what we needed.
Judy Davis is the actress.
Okay.
Judy Dench?
No, Judy Davis.
Dame
Dame
I
Judy
just
Dench.
fucking said Judy Davis.
I'm gonna recast it. It's Judy Dench now.
She's like
I love.
If I go
Judy-
back in time,
I love Judi Dench as the lead in Jingle All the Way,
Okay, so basically these
where she was Turbo Man.
done. That was a good part. Can you give us one of her lines?
I'm sorry.
Can you give us
Put the cookie down.
one of Judy Dench's lines?
Yeah.
Jingle All the Way.
But she said, "Put the cookie down." I'm not gonna do a Dame Judi Dench type accent, but I love the part where she was like, "I have to strap on this armor to save my son because I'm his father."
how would you feel about like outside the suit, Arnold Schwarzenegger, but then when you
Right.
put the suit on, it's Dame Judy Dench.
I think the world is missing a Marvel movie starring Dame Judi Dench. I think.
Ta-ta, turtle man.
Oh yeah, motherfucker! That was a terrible British accent. I'm sorry. Can we
What
beat
the
that
hell
out?
was that?
Is she Korean?
I'm sorry. Yeah. The world needs a movie where Dame Judi Dench is a superhero.
That was really a bomb? This is a sick world, man, filled with sick people.
It's a great movie.
Yeah, I'd also like Sinbad to be the counterpart to Dame Judi Dench's Marvel movie.
Anyway,
What's it going to be called? Give me some ideas.
For the
Dame Judi Dench Marvel movie.
why do you keep calling her Dame?
She's-
Golden Warrior.
Golden Warrior.
No, she's silver. She's the silver warrior.
The Tea Biscuit. Marvel presents the Tea Biscuit.
What would her powers be?
Saving the Queen.
Did you say saving the queen? That's her-
Saving the Queen.
So her powers are saving the queen. That's all she can
Yeah.
do. It's like, I'm gonna murder all these school children. And just like, not if I have to do for it. It's like,
Save the Queen.
what did you do?
Well,
She
no,
almost slipped. I just saved her.
she was choking on beef Wellington, and I saved her.
Real quick, if you have any suggestions as to what the best Christmas movie is, or what Judi Dench
It's Christmas Vacation is the answer.
abilities would be, drop a comment at campyre.com or YouTube.
If you're looking forward to Judi Dench's upcoming Marvel movie, please let us know what you would like her superpower to be. I, for one, want to watch her be dispensing Metamucil to the masses.
For some reason, I started picturing Dame Judi Dench as Spider-Man.
Like, she's like got on a moped in the helmet. She's got to deliver the pizzas and stuff too, and she's got to win over MJ as well.
I'm gonna go with Andrew Garfield Spider-Man.
I haven't seen those ones yet.
I keep forgetting Andrew
See,
Garfield
I'm
exists.
thinking
Man,
more of a.
putting Venom in Spider-Man 3 was the best decision they could have made.
Real quick, I'm thinking more of
Wrong.
Dame Judi Dench as a Professor X type thing in her wheelchair, just using her mind powers to bring her soft puddings and hot teas.
Can we just like remake X-Men, but it's gonna be British, and all the students and all the teachers and everybody, we're gonna do a Tyler Perry situation.
Oh no!
Dame
Oh.
Judi Dench.
He said Tyler Perry, which means we all drink. We all drink.
All right.
Bring the mood down by mentioning Tyler Perry's
that boot.
bullshit.
Other good ones. Okay, I'm sorry. The Ref is just about a struggling couple on the Christmas time, and then Dennis Leary comes in, and he's a cat burglar, and he takes him hostage, and then he kind of plays therapist, and it's a really funny, awesome Christmas movie.
Oh,
'Cause he,
Stockholm Syndrome is always hysterical.
Yeah, he abducts them on Christmas Eve, and
I love being abducted on Christmas.
we've been abducted.
Very relatable.
I don't know what else. Polar Express.
That's okay.
Bad song.
Yeah, that brings back
Home
some
Alone.
bad memories. Home Alone.
How the fuck? I'm like, we need to go to church tomorrow, and I need to spend like 14 hours straight watching Christmas movies. I haven't watched Home Alone
do that.
in about 5 or
Did
10
you
years.
guys see the videos on YouTube about the doctors diagnosing the injuries that Marv and Harry receive?
Yes.
It is
Yeah.
so
Yes.
great.
That little motherfucker would be charged with manslaughter for sure.
There's a video that's like that. That's like, would John McClane actually survive anything from Die Hard? It's like he just fell off this building. There's no way he survived that. He's dead. They're like,
Yeah.
he would have died like 6 or 7 times over in the movie.
I love it in Home Alone because the doctors do one on Home Alone, the first one, and
Yeah.
then they do it again for the second one. And the very first one, remember in Home Alone 2 where Kevin's on top of the building and the Marv is like, you throw down your camera and then we'll leave you alone. And so Kevin throws bricks at him. And the first, the first one hits Marv right in the face. The first doctor's watching it. Oh, dead.
Absolutely
Brains
fatal.
on the sidewalk, dead.
Can we take a quick break?
A quick break?
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's take a quick break.
All right.
Yeah,
We'll
we can
take
do
a
a
quick break.
Okay, we'll be right back. Okay, and we are back, and we're actually going to wrap up right now. It's been
Because it's only like, what, 2:40?
It's
2:17.
late,
Shit, is it really
early.
It's only
2:17.
It's only 2:17. I say only because I work till midnight, and this is like nothing for me right now. So,
Yeah.
but this has been a good Christmas Christmas episode. Christmas Eve, Christmas.
It's Christmas.
Good job.
Thank you.
did it.
Thank you.
spit
But yeah,
that
that was it was a good time. Peter, thank you so much for joining us. We're
Very happy.
He'll
to
be
hear.
on more.
oh yeah, whether he likes it or not.
A lot more.
Actually, no, he can probably he
He
knows.
can say no if he wants to, but he won't.
Oh, I want it.
Again, like, comment, subscribe to all of our things. Share us with your friends. You can watch this and be like, wow, there's this crazy man on this episode who goes on about using a hook to
That bees
rescue
suck, yeah.
an orca. And then there's Peter.
Bees are dumb. Buy honey in bulk. Buy fake honey.
I think buying the bees in bulk though, and like sorry, not the bees, but the honey in
You
bulk.
know, if you just
that-
turn it sideways, it would just turn it sideways.
I won't do that.
He does.
Okay.
He does what he wants.
Okay.
But yeah, just
But,
share us with your friends. Let us know what you think. We've told you multiple times how to reach us.
Not yet.
Oh,
No,
sorry.
Stay tuned for the New Year's. Now that Alex has a new work schedule, we'll be able to get
Yes.
those challenges and shorts to you that we have promised. They are coming. The dragons are coming. The shorts are coming. They are coming.
Yeah.
All right.
So,
Yeah.
as always, this has been. Who are you?
I'm Elliott. I was Elliott.
I was Critter.
I'm Alex,
I was Peter.
and thank you for joining us.
Blending those yams.
The fuck was that? Nobody told me that was gonna happen.
I kind of started doing it, and I was like, yeah, you know what? No.
Blinding those yams. What, the yams? Okay, bye.